Well, you brought up gun control. Let's talk about it because I got a lot of people that watch from around the world that aren't just in America. And a lot of times they look at America and they don't understand guns and America and the relationship and protection. And I wanted to ask you, my wife is from Bulgaria, all right? So, it's Eastern Europe, and she traveled with me to Flagstaff, Arizona, where my uncle and aunt live, and they have guns. My grandpa was a cattle rancher in Arizona, and they used to have guns. And she just didn't understand this relationship that Americans had with guns, where it was almost part of their DNA. And I think when outsiders look in, they say, why do you need all the guns? And when Americans look out, they say, because that's what we should have. And how would you explain that to like a European that looks over and says, like in England, we don't have guns and we don't have gun crime, so why don't you do it like us? What do you say to people when they bring that to you, Ted?
Boy, you're talking to the right guy there, Brian. I couldn't be more proud of my American life surrounded by guns. My dad was a U.S. Army drill sergeant of the U.S. Cavalry in World War II, and he taught all his kids the safe handling of guns and the importance of firearms safety, firearms appreciation. And I know you're broadcasting from London right now, which I told your buddy James. By the way, a big salute from the Nugent family to all your people, Brian. Thank you for all the technicians that have put this together. I have Maggie, my daughter's Labrador, and I have Happy Jackson, my Catahoula. Those are my people. And my son Toby, Theodore Tobias Nugent, he was able to set this laptop up because I'm lucky I can type. But anyhow, the point is, if we're talking to my friends in London, did you forget what happened at Concord Bridge? Really? So the punk ass king, the tyrant, power abusing prick king, thought he would come and control these new citizens who came to a new land to get out from underneath the tyrant punk ass king. And when you sent your punks to take our guns, we shot you right in the face. That's why guns are cool. And when people break into homes that are unleashed on society by these engineered recidivistic maggots in our court system, across the board, anyone who is unarmed and helpless, they all get raped, tortured, and murdered. How can you ever allow your loved ones to be unarmed and helpless? Unarmed and helpless, somebody might want to write this down. Unarmed and helpless is unarmed and helpless. What a tragic, irresponsible, self-inflicted, suicidal failure, allowing yourself to be unarmed and helpless. Conversely, in those homesteads here in the great United States of America, where our founding fathers knew that the king was a punk and gave the finger to the king and said, you don't get to have the arms. Free individual people get to keep and bear arms, not you punk-ass king. The Gladiator isn't a fictional movie. The Patriot isn't a fictional movie. Braveheart isn't a fictional movie. Power-abusing king, punk, emperor tyrants, they got to keep and bear arms. And if they wanted your wife, if they wanted your daughter, if they wanted your firewood, if they wanted your eggs, they'd come and take them because you're unarmed and helpless and they can do damn well what they please. Are you kidding me that anybody who would ask why we love guns, have they ever heard the term Adolf Hitler? How about Idi Amin? I find this, if ever there is an indicator of how feeble, how self-inflicted, dependent, and helpless people are, is when they think they don't need a fire extinguisher, a spare tire, or a gun. I find it absolutely condemnable that a father of a family would allow himself to be so irresponsible and incapable of defending their family to be unarmed and helpless. So here's a little tip for everybody. I've never been unarmed and helpless since I graduated from high school. And even throughout high school, I had guns when I wanted them. And by the way, Brian, I don't know if you've heard, but I'm the Motor City Madman. I wrote Wango Tango and I actually meant it. I'm a crazy son of a bitch, but I'm crazy tuned in. I'm unleashed, I'm uninhibited, but I'm responsible. I'm conscientious, I'm courteous, I'm considerate, I'm tuned in, and I'm armed. Whenever I toured in England, I was armed. I had a pistol in my belt. Wherever I've been, whenever you've ever seen me, I have a gun on me. Unarmed and helpless is a welcome mat for the evil amongst us to do whatever they damn well please. And those of you that allow that, have a nice day. But if you think you're going to limit Ted Nugent's access to firepower to defend my precious gift of life and to defend my wife and my family and my grandchildren, fuck you. You're not going to take jack shit away from me. And if you want to play Concord Bridge, we'll be glad to meet you there all over again, assholes.